In a world that's just jam-packed with complicated advice on how to live a good life, what if the answer was actually a simple, ancient blueprint? Today, we're diving into the concept of piety, and not as some stuffy, old-fashioned idea, but as a really practical, three-part guide to finding excellence in everything you do.
Just think about that for a second. What if everything you needed to know to be a better, more sincere person could be wrapped up in just one sentence? A simple three-part instruction. It sounds almost too good to be true, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
So, to really get this blueprint, we have to start with its foundation. It's this incredibly powerful concept from Islamic tradition called taqwa, and it's often translated as piety, but honestly, that word doesn't even begin to cover it. So, what is it really?
At its heart, taqwa is a state of God consciousness. But here's the key. It's not just some private, internal feeling. It's this powerful combo where your inner love and respect for God directly fuels your outer kindness and your sense of duty to every single person you meet. This means piety isn't just for when you're praying. It shows up in the real world, in everyday life. It's choosing to be honest when a small lie would be so much easier. It's that moment you find patience when you're stuck in traffic. It's sharing what you have, respecting others, and just speaking kindly. It's all about turning that inner belief into real, tangible actions. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we build this state of being? Well, our source gives us this beautiful way to think about it. Imagine you had a built-in guide for life, like a moral compass that always points you in the right direction. That's what this first piece of wisdom is all about.
This wisdom comes from a hadith, a saying of the Prophet Muhammad, and it's just incredibly profound. He said, "Have taqwa of Allah wherever you are. Follow an evil deed with a good one to wipe it out, and treat people with good behavior." This isn't just a nice thought. It's a complete, actionable formula for living well.
Let's break that down. That first part, have taqwa wherever you are, that right there is your inner compass. It's this constant awareness that guides you, whether people are watching or you're completely alone. It's the very definition of integrity. So that one sentence actually gives us this brilliant three-step guide. Let's take a look at how these three instructions all work together as a super practical blueprint for our daily lives.
You can really boil this wisdom down into a simple, memorable formula. Step 1, be mindful. That's your inner compass. Step 2, course correct, because let's be honest, we all mess up. And step 3, be kind. That's how you put all that goodness out into the world. It's a perfect cycle of awareness, accountability, and action. Let's just pause on that second step for a minute. Follow an evil deed with a good one to wipe it out. Think about how empowering that is. It means you are never, ever defined by your last mistake. It gives you an immediate, practical way to fix things and move on, turning a negative into a positive.
So we have the how, a clear three-step guide. But that brings up the big question, right? The why. What's the ultimate motivation for living this way? Well, a second piece of wisdom gives us the answer, and it makes everything crystal clear.
This piece of wisdom reveals the ultimate driver. It says the two things that lead to paradise are the fear of Allah and good morals. Now, let's be clear. Fear here doesn't mean being terrified. It's much better understood as a deep sense of awe and reverence, a consciousness of God that's so profound you can't help but strive to do what's right. And that is another facet of taqwa.
And that's it. Just two. Notice it's not some long, complicated list of rules. The whole path to this ultimate goal rests on just two fundamental pillars. The simplicity is what makes it so powerful. And right here, you see this perfect balance. On one side, you've got taqwa, that's your inner state, your private relationship with God that guides you away from doing wrong. And on the other side, you've got akhlaq, your external actions, the good character and kindness you show to everyone around you. So you can really think of it as a simple, unforgettable equation. Your inner consciousness plus your outward good character equals the complete path. You absolutely need both. One without the other is like a job half done. This is where it all just clicks into place. These two pieces of wisdom aren't separate ideas at all. When you put them side by side, you see how they lock together perfectly to create one single complete path to living a life of excellence. Just look at how this all fits together. The first teaching gave us the practical method, the 3 steps for how to live. The second one gives us the ultimate motivation. See how step 1 of the method, be mindful of God, lines up directly with the first key to paradise, taqwa?
And step 3, treat people with good character, aligns perfectly with the second key. It's a complete, beautifully coherent system.
And this brings us right to the core takeaway of this entire explainer. True excellence, true success, isn't about what you own or what other people think of you. It's about achieving this beautiful harmony between your inner world and your outer actions, a perfect balance between who you are in private and how you treat people in public.
Ultimately, this isn't just some interesting philosophy to think about. It's a practical call to action. The path to a better life doesn't start tomorrow or next week. It starts right now, with your very next choice. So the only question that really matters is the one right here on the screen. What's your next good deed?